Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Lando XL, Mr. 18 Pockets.
And yo, what's up? It's your boy, Mr. McGee, a.k.a. Boopy, a.k.a. Born Rich. And Lano.
What up, though?
Hey, man, we got a fire guest today. I was
nigga
finna say a badass guest.
You
I don't know.
say,
But,
yeah.
man, listen, homie, we got a badass guest,
Off
man.
the
A
top.
fire guest, man. We got
A legend, an icon.
Talk to him.
Big
But not,
homie.
Not only that, man, we got a person that's been putting on for the city for years, man.
Most definitely.
The whole city on his back.
Hell yeah.
I know his knees tired, legs tired,
Gotta
everything
be.
tired.
Special Cam Nashville, nigga.
With his city on his back, man. But also, besides that, man, he's a great man. He's a father.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I don't want to box him in and just say he's a musician. You know what
No,
I mean? This
no,
man
no,
is
no.
way more than that. Ex-hooper. You know what I mean?
Ex-hooper?
Yeah.
You can hoop?
he
You
hoop
told
a
me,
bit.
hold on, you told me, all you did say you could beat him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But without further ado, man, let me introduce your brother, my brother,
For
our
sure.
brother, Starlito in
For
the
sure,
building.
man. We got Starlito.
What's up with you, Star?
Man, we in here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
I'm alright. How y'all doing?
Man,
we doing well, man.
good.
What about the family? Family good?
Yeah, everybody good.
Listen, man, I told you this off camera, but we on camera, so I got to say it. Listen, I am so happy that you pulled up because I said that he didn't know you for the last 7 years, man.
Hey,
We go back 30 years.
nigga hating, man.
Yeah, I was hating.
You hating. You hating.
Can a nigga just say he was hating and you forgive him if he was hating?
No, we talking, man, Megs, bro. Megs.
Okay, keep going.
Cavaliers,
9
fifth
years
grade.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is when you
I
was
don't
beating him
even
in
gotta say
basketball.
nothing.
Was you beating him
I
in
don't even
basketball
gotta say
then?
nothing.
Was you beating him in basketball
Probably
then?
was
Of
then.
course.
He probably
All the
was
way up
then.
until what age?
Up until now.
He quit hooping.
Up until
It's
now.
a growth spurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he hooped a little longer than me. I'll give him that. I'll
So,
give him that.
okay. He
You
started
know-
after you and hooped longer
Yeah,
than you.
yeah, but he's younger than me though. That's my brother. He's younger than me though. He younger.
Yeah.
Than, speaking of being younger, because I asked him this off camera also. So you got skipped a grade, right?
I skipped first grade. Yeah.
You still
All right, but tell him the back.
nigga acting like it was
I remember this
12th
though.
grade.
But it's crazy because I remember this though because you could count to some stupid number.
Yeah, I put that in a song, in the life story song. I said I skipped first grade, so I could count to 1,000,000. But it was a little bit deeper than that. It was
shit, nigga.
kindergarten was just boring. at
Yeah,
the time,
okay.
And we was coloring the science worksheets every day, and I told the teacher I ain't doing this no more. We need to read or something. And she was like, "You can't read," and so she wrote a note to my mama. It was like, "Get us to your parents when you get home." And I picked up the note and I read it out loud. She was like, "Damn, you can't read."
Damn.
Yeah.
Straight to her, you read it out loud.
And then I picked up the newspaper off her desk and read it to her. So she went to the principal like, I think he's a little advanced.
Yeah.
You know
How old was you
what I'm
then? 6?
saying?
5, 6?
Yeah,
whatever.
5 or 6.
Kindergarten,
Shit, nigga, I ain't learned how to read till last year. God damn.
Slow. Nigga slow in the motherfucker, man.
That's why I went to White Creek.
No. Shout out to White Creek.
Nah,
man.
I'm
We
just
even
playing.
ain't
White
on-
Creek. I love
we
White
ain't
Creek,
gonna
man.
shout out.
Nah,
But
I
yeah,
walked. I'm bullshit.
And you know what's crazy though? I did remember that, man. I did remember that when you got the mix. You told us that story. I also remember. I knew you skipped a grade because you was a little younger than us.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You was a little younger than everybody else in the class.
Yeah.
But when it came to them numbers and that math shit, hard. He was younger than us, but went to a higher math class than us.
Because he was smarter than y'all. That's why.
So I went-
he was
I-
younger
yeah,
than
I
y'all,
don't
but
really
he
wanna
went.
say.
Yeah, he was
I don't
smarter
really
than y'all.
want to say all
Come
that.
on, man.
But all right,
You
but
a hater.
that's cool. But the high school you went to, Hume Fall.
Yeah.
Hume Fall. Matter of fact, shout out to Hume Fall, man. That was
Yeah.
was that in the state? What was that in the
Yeah, I
state?
went to the state tournament in basketball.
Yeah. Got their ass whooped. But hey, they went. Nah, we ain't gonna hate. We not gonna hate. They went.
Yeah, that's
They
a great
went.
Is that the
city.
only high school downtown?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess, yeah.
Damn.
Now, what was Lido like in high school? Was you rapping? Already rapping or not?
I
Or
was trying
hooping?
I mean, basketball was my first love then. I was hooping morning, noon. I was skipping class to hoop and all that. But I started going to the studio probably the 10th, 11th grade year with, if you remember, Kendall McFadden.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I used to ride to the studio with him after school. We would, like, pool our money together. I was making beats on a little keyboard. And my first trip to the studio was probably may have been 11th grade because I want to say I was on a basketball
So
team.
before rapping, you was making beats.
For a minute, yeah. I actually wanted to be the producer.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to be the Manny Fresh or
That's why I feel to ask you.
Booping with
Yeah.
Farad,
Yeah.
Brian Harper, and everybody was rapping. I really in the back
Yeah.
of my
It
mind.
was the
I wanted
corporation.
I wanted to be the.
Yeah,
I
I
wanted to be on
remember
the
listening to a
boards.
Farad song one time in Litton Apartments. You remember that? Y'all, we had a
Yeah.
blank CD
Yeah,
and we listened to
yeah,
him.
we was
I was like,
rapping,
damn,
man.
that nigga hard.
Yeah, that was that was back in the day. Speaking of that though, Lito, because like I don't know if you dissed me in a line or what you did, but this Boopy wanted to rap. I just wanted to Mac line that you said a long time ago in the rap, man.
I don't think that's what I said.
Yeah,
might
but
have misquoted
it
me,
was-
but I was,
He
that's the
probably
same
is.
time frame I was talking about. Like, I think I said something about I was wanting to make the beats, or I had to listen to.
Okay, yeah, me too. I don't know, like
but
this
nah,
shit
I
hit
was
my
saying,
line.
y'all was rapping, and I was like, I thought that was like the coolest thing in the world. I ain't really had the confidence to, or really even the desire to be the rapper. I just thought it was cool that y'all was rapping.
Yeah.
I wanted to, even that one of the first songs that y'all made, I figured out how to play it on the keyboard and everything. Y'all used to freestyle to it over Bradley House.
Yeah.
On a little toy keyboard about this big.
Yeah.
But it was like in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I'm gonna be the beat man. You know, like Torrance and
Yeah,
was
Street
making
Symphony.
Street Symphony was making the beats for what was it, for the Untouchables.
The
And we
Mike
was,
something, right?
Like Jody and
I remember the Untouchables.
Jody's and KC.
KC,
yeah,
I'm finna
yeah,
say, I
yeah.
remember.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I was
remember
looking
KC
at
went
it
to school
like
together.
our age range, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I would be the beat
We was gonna be
man.
the junior
Yeah,
Untouchables. That
exactly.
was
Damn,
our
I ain't
that was
gonna
our
lie.
whole shit. Shout out to KC,
Yeah.
man. KC just showed love on the Instagram
He
too.
did.
Shout out to
he
KC.
just dropped the project I'm on.
He most
Just
definitely
dropped on
did.
his
For real?
birthday.
Yeah, we always wanted to be the junior Untouchables.
Yeah,
That's
for
what
sure.
niggas
So-
don't know.
so
Jody,
that's what I was
KC.
referencing, if anything. It was
Yeah.
like, y'all was rapping, and I was like, man, I gotta figure out how to make these beats. Like you said,
Yeah.
that was actually.
So it was never a desire to ever really just go forefront in rapping.
Not day one. We was probably 13, what, about
That's-
13, something like that.
Yeah,
We was-
yeah. We was
Not
young,
at that
super young.
time. But as I started actually making the beats, I would always write something to the beats I made and the people I was around that was rapping by that time. When I would play the beats for them, I might let them hear what I wrote to it. And I was
Yeah.
like, man, you got to get on there or
Yeah,
jump
most
on there
definitely.
with
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
By the
yeah,
time
yeah.
I'm going to the studio with the beats, they're making me get on the song. Then as we letting people hear the song, it's like, man, you can go. It was, like I said, it was, I don't know if it was confidence or what. It just wasn't in the front of my mind. Like,
Most definitely.
but then I started hearing other people beats, and I felt like my beats were sorry. Like,
Yeah.
when we get
Okay,
other beats,
okay.
I'm like, shit, they beats harder than mine, so
Yeah.
I'd rather rap on those
Mm.
than my own, and the beats, the production just kind of faded from there.
And then you came in with the rapping though.
Yeah.
And killed it.
Yeah, I mean, killed it, man.
They
So
most definitely killed
I know this though. So early, like in your rap career, I remember you had Low as a manager, right?
Yep.
Lionel Matthews. Shout
Yeah,
out
I
to,
feel like yeah.
shout out to Lionel
For sure.
Matthews, man, doing his politician thing. You feel me? Whenever I want to get a fucking politician on the show,
Most
that's the
definitely
first person I call.
reach out, yeah.
But like, how did that come? How did that come to be though? To get Lionel Matthews as your manager back in them days.
Coming out of high school, like, by the time, like, we was graduating, me and Farad were trying to form a group, like a 2-man group at the
Okay.
time. That's his older brother.
Yeah.
And we were all going to TSU. And, you know, just being in a company one another, like Low was a little older than us, had a little bit more like business
Absolutely.
sense,
It's a
business
fact.
savvy, and was trying to like take some of what he knew on a professional level and impart that into us just being kids
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
some raw talent. And I think by that time a lot of people saw like potential in me, maybe that I ain't even seeing myself. And it was just trying to get it organized. And like I said, he was more of a like
He seen the potential though.
yeah, a forward thinker and a person with some business savvy. Like he helped me take myself serious.
Yeah,
within
for
all
sure.
of this. But you know, it wasn't that much business to be done early on.
Yeah.
And but I can say like he helped me like get a lot of things like organized early on. And
Just for your brand, your name, your music.
just overall, just approaching it as a business.
As a business,
As a
most
business,
definitely.
as
I
opposed
think
to-
that's what happens with a lot of artists is that they approach it not as a business, right? They just
Yeah, they
approach
just
it
wanna
as,
rap.
yeah, I just want to rap until you start gaining momentum. and then you notice, like you said, now I got to get myself in order. So somebody who had that vision for you before you even had that, right?
Yeah, I can remember this one story. This like even some of these questions I never been asked, you know, because like brother know me personally,
Yeah,
so he knows
absolutely.
some of the roots, some of the foundations of it. I can remember going like my freshman year at TSU. It was a big music conference that came through. It was like Opryland or something. You went and auditioned, and you know, if you got selected, then you were supposed to go to Atlanta for this bigger conference with all these executives would be there.
Yeah.
And you know, from the audition, we got selected to go to the Atlanta one. When it was time to go to Atlanta, Lo was like, "Hey, I don't think y'all ready. I don't think y'all got it all the way together." To, you know what I'm saying? And I'm 17 at the time, and you can't really tell us nothing.
Yeah.
We really like, man, you hating on us, this and that. Like,
Yeah.
it cost like $500 or something to go to the bigger conference. We had the
For
money.
the entry of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the money together, so we like, it ain't your money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just being stubborn and whatever else. But the thing was, you know, he's our manager, and we're going to be riding with him. He basically like, I ain't taking y'all down there kind of thing. I'm like, damn, like, how you don't believe in this kind of thing? And, you know, I'm like a freshman. I'm at TSU at the dorm and everything. And I'm hot about it. And I just happened to, just doing some research on my own, really sitting there mad about it, found out it was a scam. You know what I'm saying? I did some research, and they had all these complaints from the Better Business Bureau.
Yeah.
And I really didn't know if he saw that or if it was just some
That made
foresight
him-
or like why we. What's the odds of you taking 500 and going and putting
going
it on
down
$1
there,
million
exactly.
and going to get a record deal? Like,
Exactly.
this sound too good to be true.
But back in them
Like,
days,
But
you
I'm
was
gonna
ready.
say,
like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
what?
was ready.
I
And
can
this
rap.
how you
I'ma
got
go
a
down
record
there.
deal back in those days,
Yeah,
though.
man, I done rapped in front of fucking JT Money,
Yeah.
Trick Daddy. They
And
had
they probably
some
paid
convention.
them
Yeah, I
to
went
sit
to a
there for
convention.
3 hours and listen to niggas rap.
I
And
went-
You
they
what
know
I'm
they got the intention. They ain't gonna never sign nobody anyway. They come
Man,
out.
Shout out to Low, man. I
And-
ran up on Low made us run up on JT Money in the bathroom of the Opryland
Probably the same-
hotel,
the same
nigga.
type of
Like
time.
Jack the Rapper type
And
shit.
we
Yeah.
ran up on
Probably
him.
something that's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
But it just was.
But it was
But
a
he got
scam.
us in the building.
Yeah.
We in that motherfucker like crisscross. We the
But
little young
later,
niggas running
when
around.
I'm reading all
Shout
these
out to
complaints, I'm like, damn. So it was one of them things like, maybe he do got our best interests at heart. Because it was, like I said, it was just $500, but it was like, why waste our time? Like,
Yeah. He was more thinking like that. Like, why waste our time when this don't even feel right?
And we can build it and make them come to you kind of thing.
That's
And-
what I want to ask. Once you did start taking it serious, right, for your music, and you started gaining momentum and stuff like that, did you continue? Did you and Lo still continue that relationship?
Well, it was probably like another year past that I started putting out music within a year. And I started putting out music in November of 03. Put out my first project. By the summer of 04, I was getting offers. Like I put out a project every 3 months for the next year. I dropped November 03, February 04, May 04. And between that May and August, I dropped Volume 4 in August. Between May and August, I was having record deal offers.
Okay.
Within a 9-month span. And honestly, I think the people that I was getting those offers from, they were kind of trying to phase the management out.
Yeah.
And it's because I think it's that thought of like too many chefs in the kitchen, or like I can say in hindsight, Lo was definitely like a voice of reason or somebody that was like had my best interests at heart. But the way this industry is structured is like we really want to keep artists as ignorant as possible.
Yeah, most definitely.
And blind them by the bells and whistles
The
of
glitz
all
and
this.
glam,
And it's
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like, man, well, that's just somebody else gonna be in your pocket, and we don't really want to have to talk to a third party. We can talk to you. And I think Lo saw it for what it was, and we never like clashed or fell out as a result of it. It was just kind of like, all right, well, these are my ideas, and this the way I want to approach it, and I can see you might want to move at this pace, and I don't want to be in your way
Most
of it.
definitely.
And we just kind of
Yeah, it's all love.
separate ways, and kind of maintain the same relationship. You know what I'm saying? Outside
9
of that.
months is fast.
And I think that was a part of it too. Like everything was happening like faster than I could have even like foresaw, faster than I could have like imagined or conceived it of. Because like I said, 9 months from hey, let's put some music out to 9 months later, like you on the road, people calling for you, checking for you, sending for you, flying you out.
Yeah.
You sitting in, here's a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Here's a.
What's
you
your
want this
first
check or
phone
not?
call? Like, what's your first phone call for any label? You ain't got to name the label, but just what was your first phone call when you was like, damn, I'm getting an offer?
I got some calls that I had a hard time telling if they was legit or not, because at the time I had like my number to my Cricket phone on the CD. So I got prank
back
calls.
in them days.
I got So it may have been. I never knew if it was, like, this is a funny story. When I got a call from Yo Gotti, I was I'll give y'all the actual insight. Come on,
Let's talk it.
I'm at TSU. This is like spring. This is spring semester, my sophomore year, so 04. I get a call, and I just had a situation that someone trying a robbery gone wrong near the campus. We'll say that, and you know, things as words circulate. We find out the people on the other side of this attempted robbery was from Memphis.
Okay.
And it's just, you know, TSU culture. If you ever spend time around there, it's a lot of people from out of town.
Yeah. Memphis deep in there. Memphis deep in TSU. We know that.
And so a situation happened. Some things happened, and whatever.
Yeah.
So this is a couple days later, and I'm on like high alert as a result of the situation. And I get a call, see a 901 number popping up on my phone. So at this point, I'm like kind of got a chip on my shoulder about like anybody
that's from down there.
Yeah,
just 901.
What's
up?
Yeah, it's like, and so I answer the phone. I'm like leaving class, and I answer the phone. It's like, hey, what's up? This Star, this Gotti. I'm like, what? Who is this? It's like, this Yo Gotti. I'm like, man, quit playing on my phone. Like the Master P, no limit.
Yeah,
like,
we hang up.
Was Yo Gotti a big artist at this time?
He was big enough.
Yeah,
He had the What's Up out?
Nah, he
had
Guy White, cheap price.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Still
be.
Yeah. It was popular.
So you knew
I knew who Yo Gotti was.
We knew Gotti early.
But to me, the odds of this being Yo Gotti
Call
on
it
the
my
other
phone.
end of my
Yeah,
phone
exactly.
is like, man, get out of here. Like, I was a backpack full of weed at the time. Like, I
most
was
definitely
thinking about who just tried to jack me the other day. On that. And I'm like, man, whatever. I hang up the phone. Number called back. I'm hot by this time. Like, I'm just like, who is this playing with me? He was like, this I got the right number, this All-Star. Or I'm calling for, I'm like, yeah, this me. He was like, I try to catch the voice, and I'm like, damn, this, like, what's up? He was like, man, I just got a hold of your CD in a barbershop. I was just reaching out, seeing what your situation was, this and that. So I'm like, I kind of had to backpedal, like, damn, because it's during this time when I'm getting these kind of calls, but I'm committed to the music,
most
but
definitely.
I ain't committed to the dream or the scale of it. Like, I myself ain't really see.
Yeah, you trapping at TSU, man. Come on.
I mean, just live. It's just day by day. It's just, and I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So we have he was like, well, I'm gonna be up there. I'll pull up on you. Woo. I'm like, all right, I get out the phone. I'm still just like probably on campus walking. Like, damn, that was still kind of a little skeptical.
Yeah,
but when
most
he
definitely.
told me like who he got the CD from or the barbershop,
It started to make sense.
Some dots connected. I'm like, oh, okay, I do know such and such.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, hit me. And within probably a week or so, we was recording music up at Fade Eastwood Studio, Trinity Lane.
Yeah.
We pulled up, we at the storage unit, making music. I think I went with him to a show in Clarksville, just, you know what I'm saying, seeing how he was moving. And even at that time, he was probably a step higher on the ladder than where I was.
Absolutely.
So it was one of the things like, damn, this is real, because it's still tangible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's touchable now. Yeah.
Like, he ain't on TV yet, but I see like he making rap money.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And as we out
it's
the trunk,
possible.
and it's more like something that I can relate to.
Most
like,
definitely.
Absolutely.
How he was moving was not so different than how me and my guys was moving.
Already.
Yeah.
Right. Right. It
It's
was
just like with a little bit more money.
and
You know what I'm
structure.
saying?
And a little more
A
structure.
little more
Gotcha,
structure,
gotcha.
a little more like
But you can
information.
see it.
And I'm like, shit, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really have those examples. I think Buck was out of here by that time. He was already, I think, had gone platinum. Or that may have been the same year that
debut album dropped.
And he was
Okay.
taking off. But even that happened relatively fast.
Yes, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because all that happened during
I always
my
say
initial
that,
coming.
and I don't want to stop you, but I always say that. I always say when I got the news, I want to say when we were sitting in the gutter and we seen Buck on Rap City. That's kind of when we got the news.
Yeah,
the first time that he was on Rap City and he was rapping.
Yeah.
We was like, damn, that's Buck. But at that time, it was your name too. Was kind of going in the signed air. You know what I'm saying? Even though you saying that you was just around these guys on the outside looking in like me, we thinking, oh, he's signed.
Yeah.
If you going to Clarksville with Yo Gotti.
That was around that same time as also like kind of the timeline of it. I dropped out of school not long after that because I started to see this is real. I'm making money out for the music. You know what I'm saying? Along with people calling me labels and otherwise, there's also people calling me like, hey, how much to get on one of our songs?
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, oh shit, I can make money out this rather than, by this time I'm paying to go to school. And so I'm like, how much sense does this make?
Most definitely.
I can go over here and make some money, or I can take the chance and go for this, or I can sit still and you know what I'm saying?
and
I'm
do
just
the
sitting
school
in
thing.
class 3-4 days a week.
Yeah.
And I'm going to school to try to figure out how to get to this next
Get to
level.
the bag.
Yeah,
Facts.
exactly.
That's a fact. So you dropped out of school. What grade was that, or what year was that in college?
That was that same time. That
Okay,
was
so
spring,
sophomore
spring
year.
of my sophomore year.
Let me ask you this: what did your mama think about that?
I think she was indifferent. I was one of the first on that side of my family to even go to college. So
Got you.
I think it was more so like you figuring yourself out, you finding your way, whatever that looks like for you was okay. It could have been worse. I'm sure to her. I could have been dropping out of school
without a plan.
Crack,
right,
nigga.
Right,
Without a
with
plan,
no
though.
plan.
Because I did that. I just dropped. I just dropped out of school, but once I started hustling, school kind of came second. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm feeling I'm not my purpose, but I'm making money.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, shit. So making that decision, right? Was it a hard decision to make at that time?
Man, the flip side of it was school at that time had become like a means to an end of staying out of the way, staying out of trouble. Because I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out because I was local to here. Because I didn't go away to go to college, TSU was almost like a safe haven from being in the hood 24 hours a day. And it was like, I probably made my schedule while I was at TSU 2 or 3 days a week. I might have had Tuesday and Thursday classes.
And the rest of the time you back,
and
you
so
in the hood.
I was back and forth, but just, I mean, I can remember it was times I got pulled over and I could flash my TSU ID and it probably got a benefit of
Most
the doubt.
definitely.
So I was always aware, like, all right, the one, like, you want to kind of, you know what I'm saying, keep your, you know,
on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. And for me, it was more so the other side of my family. My grandma was a professor at TSU at the time.
Oh, okay.
And on that side of my family, almost everybody on that side of the family went to TSU.
Oh, okay.
And
so
I was kind of more so like, damn, I'm going to disappoint them. You know what I'm saying? My uncle was like distinguished.
Yeah, I remember you talking about the uncle I met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus Pop.
Yeah.
And he was disappointed. He was gravely disappointed when I dropped out. He called me stupid. It was just like,
because they wanted you to follow that tradition that y'all done
right,
set for the family.
Yeah, that legacy.
But I was more, man, I was kind of afraid to bring the news to my grandma. And to my surprise, she was the most supportive out of everybody.
Was you making?
Now that's crazy.
Was you being able at this time when you was making this hard decision and you was telling your uncle who's prestige, right? Was this the time you was getting those phone calls for people to for you to jump on people's songs and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was all that was simultaneous.
Did you let him know like, yo, look?
I mean, honestly, I ran about my grandma because to me, her stamp was more important than everybody's anyway.
Sure.
And I guess he kind of got the news
through her
secondhand or how.
Grandmama gonna tell it. Grandmama gonna tell her sons everything, man.
And so by the time she approved, I didn't really care. What is, but all of it kind of happened simultaneous. But for her feedback to be like, you know, well, whatever you do, like, you know, I trust you'll do it well. Her literal advice was like, rap about love, like it'll last longer. Like you see, LL Cool J still got a career, And it kind of, I had to take a step back. Like, cause LL Cool J probably was on the tail end of putting out music, but he had, you know, went
Crossed
to
over,
TV, movies, and he still
sitcoms,
probably had a hit here and there, you know.
Most definitely.
And I
He
thought
had
about
a
it.
head sprung.
And that was probably the
Bro, don't laugh at head sprung.
No,
it was a hit.
like
It was
That was a hit.
Head sprung.
But I mean, the point was, I thought about it when she's saying this. I'm like, damn, he been rapping since the '80s.
Most
And
definitely.
here it is, like for that to be the
2004,
name that
2005,
she dropped. I was like, it was some wisdom there. She was like, yo, your subject matter will take you farther than you know what I'm saying, than the trends or
Try
like
to box you in. Don't
and
box
I was
you in.
like, damn, you know, I took from that like something to hold on to. Cause the trends was crunk, club music. It was turning into trap.
Yeah, see,
street
that's why I'm gonna ask
music,
you. At
and
this time right here, when you was going through this phase, those was the genre of music.
that's
that
what was
getting
emerging
played.
from the
Yeah.
south, like from where we was from.
Yeah.
And so for this like wise woman, wisest person I know to not only like encourage and support it, but also just drop that little like
Gem.
what you put into it, how you approach it, to kind of determine your trajectory with all of it. It wasn't no like doubt. It was just kind of like, I trust whatever you. If you came out of here with a degree, you still have to do your thing on
That's
the
a
back
fact.
end
Yeah.
of it. So like, if you feel like you there, go for it. Like I've been hearing my students talk
good.
about you and stuff. Like I know I'm aware of what you got going
Yeah.
on. You know,
Yeah.
to this day she keep up with me.
That's
you know,
hard.
through Facebook and you know.
Walking
You know
out of
what's
that
dope?
conversation, you knew right there.
I
That was
was-
your validation.
Yeah, for sure.
And you
gone.
know what's dope though? Like even when we was in middle school and we was hanging out, that was our safe haven.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we went to your mom's house, but
Yeah.
if I come to your mom's house and we stay at your mom's house on Friday night, Saturday we trying to get to grandmama house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause we know we get over there, we finna go to Hartman Park, we finna hoop,
yeah.
we finna, yeah, I mean, we finna do what.
Let you be yourself. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
For
So
sure.
I already know. So at this time though, Lito. So this time you done went to Yo Gotti to the show in Clarksville and everything. How did was it paperwork involved with you and Yo Gotti?
I mean, the paperwork came later. I mean, from that first conversation, like I said, for me not even knowing if this is him on the other end of the phone,
Yeah,
hanging up in his face, to following up. Then he pulled up and, you know, just kind of like filling out the situation. I probably went to Memphis a few times.
Okay.
We did more music. Man, the fast tracking that, because I dropped Hey Ain't Healthy that August of 04. And I was working, like, between going down there, going back and forth. Like, he had put a studio on the spot. And just me being in love with the craft already, I'd probably record 7-8 songs just hanging around. You know, it's
okay.
just
Hanging
go-
around in
just
Memphis
going
or
to
here?
going to
In
Memphis.
Memphis, hanging around
But you
going
said
to
you
the
love
spot.
it because you
I
love
mean,
the craft so much.
Yeah, I mean, it was just making music. But like I said, I was on my fourth project in 9 months, in a 9-month span by that time.
Yeah.
So that's 100 songs, 80 songs, something like that.
Y'all
It
need to
was-
listen what he's saying, man.
Yeah.
That means he didn't start working.
It's working.
Nah. From the time somebody, I'm not gonna say somebody. By the time people was putting that batter in my back, like, I mean, you cold, or I like this. It was nothing else to do but to stay at it.
Feed 'em.
I never was gonna like rest on like, oh, I'm good, so let me just exist in that. It was like, nah, I got room to grow, I gotta improve, and I gotta build on that.
Most definitely.
And so just being there, you know, it was like, it's a studio here, it's an engineer, y'all got beats. Whatever we do, whether we do a deal, whether like, I'm gonna make some music. Just
Yeah,
'cause-
I'm gonna rap my ass off.
Right,
yeah.
right.
I see.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
most definitely. I
And
see.
so, you know, but I still put out my own mixtape. He's working on this Block Burners group. I guess Cash Money came through Memphis, had a show, and they heard the guy White. She probably shot a song in the club and wanted to sign him, but he had just did a deal with TVT. So they still reached out like, well, what else you got? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
most
saying?
definitely.
Just being hustlers, I guess. And same with him being a hustler, like, well, I got a group. I got the Block Burners. They didn't really, I don't think they had too much music. So then it became scrambling, like, we need to make some music. 'Cause we got a deal on the table.
most
Like,
definitely.
they want to sign the brand almost.
Now
They see-
who is the Block Burners?
That was it was some of his homies, family.
Oh, but you're not a part
Nah,
of it.
this is-
okay,
this
okay.
is-
No, you
that's
remember
fine.
we went to
I
a
already
Yo
know,
Gotti
it's
and the Block Burner
is it
show.
Zay Zilla?
Nah, I don't think
He
he
wasn't in
the
there?
picture yet.
Okay. My bad.
But-
Go ahead,
but
go ahead,
like,
bro.
Okay, so they got this group. Now I'm around as we trying to figure a situation out,
Yeah.
and then he's broken the situation, third party with Cash Money, and in the process of getting the Block Burner signed, they do a 10-song demo, they do a bunch of songs, and this is one of them things, like pivotal things for my career. Yo Gotti being the smart guy that he is, when he goes to turn in a demo to Cash Money, he puts 4 or 5 of my songs on the end of the CD, the CD.
Yeah.
And so, and presents it like an accident. Like, he give them the music, and they like, yeah, the deal, like, we're going to send the paperwork. It was pretty much sold.
So, yeah.
But they was like, well, who is this on number 11, 12, 13,
Yeah,
14?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, that ain't supposed to be on there.
Yeah.
That's somebody else from Nashville. It's like, where he at?
Yeah, where he
though?
at,
You
most
know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Yeah,
And
that's
so,
fine. That's fine.
and so it kind of like my dealings with Yo Gotti and company kind of overlapped with the whole Cash Money deal that he was doing with that group or whatever. And so it didn't really it was his own situation, but it happened simultaneously.
Yeah, most
so
definitely.
all this happened without paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I guess if I knew what I knew now, that only gave me that much more leverage.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Kind of me being the person that I am, I just kind of went with the flow of it. Because at the same time, it's like, hey, we're going to the Essence Festival down in New Orleans. This is probably before I'm dropping that Hating Ain't Healthy. This is like 4th of July somewhere.
Also, you about to drop it though.
Yeah, I'm working on my own music. I'm doing what I'm doing. And me and Bradley ride straight from a show all the way to New Orleans, about 9-10 hours straight.
Shout out Bradley, man.
And pull up and meet, Birdman and Slim and Lil Wayne and all these people we've been watching on TV for all these years.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's one of them dreams of reality. Like,
It's
damn, I'm
tangible.
here.
Like you said, I can do this.
I'm right here. Like, they give us an advanced copy of the Carter. And we look at each other laughing. We've been listening to bootleg the whole ride down there.
Yeah.
Like, we have to act like, damn, this the new
we
shit.
we
Like,
know these songs.
we know the words.
Yeah.
Damn.
But again, it's like kind of like, damn, like, I'm here. I'm in this is some, unseen stuff. Like,
I see y'all on TV. I don't see
but
y'all.
now
in real
I'm
life.
in the back behind the scenes of it.
Yeah.
I'm getting personally introduced, and people are like, man, you snapping on this song. I'm like, damn, y'all heard that. I just recorded that a week ago. Like, this is pretty cool. And at the same time, like, not to name drop, it's just the timeline of it all. You got artists like, when you said those other calls, I get a call at some point from, I'm thinking it's Jazzy Faye, because I met him in a club passing out my mixtapes. I get a call from me and Lo to fly to Atlanta. We get flown first class, and it's like something Jazzy Faye, this and that. We go take the meeting. Turns out we get picked up as Coach K, who runs,
for sure.
QC now.
QC, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Coach K picks us up. I actually met him, Jazzy Faye, together at
Is this
prison.
when he Gucci Man?
Nah, this is
at
before
prison.
that.
Okay.
This is and this is how it happens. He's managing an artist named Young Jeezy at the time. So whereas
Never heard of him.
Nah, I'm joking.
I mean, at the time, at the time, you know what I'm saying, it was relatively unknown, like, in these parts. What it was, when Lo was relaying the information to me, like, hey, I got this call, they want to fly us to Atlanta, Jazzy Faye, I'm like, all right, cool. At this
most
point, I'm
definitely.
just weighing our options.
We know who Jazzy Faye is.
It turns out it's actually Jazzy Faye's artist was the whole message that I wasn't receiving, because Jeezy had done a deal with Jazzy Faye's label at the time. He did the deal with Jazzy Faye, which led to, I think, he ended up buying himself out, or it turned into his own deal with Def Jam. But at the time, this summer, that's how the introduction was made. So I got on a plane thinking I'm meeting with somebody and ended up down there meeting someone else.
Yeah.
So Coach K is like, we riding, we listen to a lot of what ended up being Trap or Die, a lot of the songs that was on Thug Motivation 101. This is like summer 04, but I hadn't really heard of this guy.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm listening, I'm like, it's cool, but I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just kind of looking at Lo like, well, we'll go with it. We go have dinner, sit down, and this I see a lot of BMF things on people's shirts, and I heard of their name, like seen the billboards and stuff. So I'm like, and it's just me and Lo down here. Keep in mind, so I'm kind of peeping, you know what I'm saying, my surroundings. I ease off like I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I call some of my guys like, hey, y'all might need to get on the slab tonight. Like, make sure I don't get hung over a balcony down here or something like that. You know, I don't know what we got ourselves into.
Because you know they now, you know those initials.
I know it's, I know it's more to it.
Yeah, most
definitely. You know what I'm saying? I know it's.
It looks
but
drug dealery.
Nah, it was what it was.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm meeting with this person. I didn't know I was, what was going on the front end of the meeting. Everything was on the up and up, but I walked back to the table, and the first thing I hear from Jesus is like, man, I ain't even get that much from Def Jam. Like, I look at Lo like, man, what you done told these people?
Hell yeah.
Like,
you done left Lo by himself.
Man, Lo done asked for a pinball number.
There you go.
I mean,
go for the gusto.
But, I'm just like, I walk back like, what's going on? He was like, man, it's cool. We gonna kick it, hit the studio, and, because they like, what you want to do? I'm like, man, let's get in the studio. Coach playing some of the music. I hear like some of this stuff can go. I'm like, let's just make some music. I'm seeing it. I can see the whole picture.
Yeah.
Like, man, we never made it nowhere near the studio that night. We went to like 3 strip clubs, balling on another level. Like, I can say I had the time of my life that night. Like,
nah, good shit.
Magic City, Strokers, I think Atrium.
So Atlanta showed you love.
Man, I was in a mix. Like, we in caravan with Ferraris, Lamborghinis. Like I said, I'm 19. And I'm like, man, these dudes are throwing so much money and balling.
Yeah.
Like,
this balling.
And so, like, on 2 levels, I'm like, damn, I ain't heard of this guy before tonight. But every club we go to, they pumping his music. Everybody knows him. He's like,
Jeezy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the guy down here, and he's with the guys. You know what I'm saying? We with the whole BMF, like I said, caravan from spot to spot. Like, I walk in the club, all star in the building. I'm like, the fuck, they know me?
Yeah, who told you that?
Like, okay, this is heavy.
Hell yeah, that's what it is.
Like I said, this is summer 04, and I'm like, damn, maybe I want to be in this mix, and like I said, caught up in the frenzy of it. Mm-hmm. By the end of the night, when we don't go to the studio, and I'm like, kind of when it settles, my common sense kick in. I'm like, man, this ain't, like you said, this something else. This ain't rap.
Yeah, definitely.
This too, like, I don't know if
we don't have a ball.
How much sense this made to tangle myself up in whatever this is on another
that
level.
I don't.
Because from day one, me and the guys that I was most around day to day was trying to do this to get away from all of this. And so, I also know, I was like, man, if a lot of my guys down here with me, they'd have been trying to come up. They'd have been trying to get a plug.
Yeah, to get the plug. That's it.
I'll let you right quick.
That's Lino.
And I'm like, so, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm like, dude, the guy down there. You know what I'm saying? I ride with him the next day. He like, man, hit this 3. We in a 645. Clean as a whistle. I ain't never seen one before. This 3 is like my volume 2 mixtape. He was like, hit the other one. It's my volume 3 mixtape. He was like, man, I ain't took these out of my CD changer since Coach gave them to me. Bro, how old are you? Hard. I'm trying to figure out how, you know what I'm saying? He's listening to my music.
And this is Jeezy talking to you.
This is me and Jeezy in the car. And it's like, man, I want to do the situation. I just got this over here with Def Jam. Like, he's telling me, the things he told me ended up coming to fruition.
Yeah, this is before it even made news.
This is before any of the. This is before he was on the radio.
Yeah, that's
on
what
TV,
I'm saying.
Any of this, and so I'm taking it at face value. But I'm like, I really heard of you yesterday. I see you got the Atlanta streets on lock, but we 3 hours up the road.
Yeah, we ain't never heard of you.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, and then I walk into a conversation that was almost like low cuss you out, asking for the amount of money we looking for.
Yeah,
and I'm like. Because when you're like, man, I ain't get that much from Def Jam. I'm kind of looking at it like, well, maybe I need to be talking to Def Jam or whoever else. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Exactly. Not you.
But I'm also like, but y'all blowing
it's
it.
Something.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all got somebody got the money.
Yeah,
but I'm
it's
like,
money around here somewhere.
Do I want that money? You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to put me in a different kind of mix. But yeah, long story short, like, he had got hip to my music and wanted to do a deal. So that was like, and I told him straight up, I was like, man, well, I've been meeting with these people, and I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, figure it out. He was like, well, it's cool. I'm going to be up there doing a radio run in a couple weeks. Get up with you. He pulled up, and we did Grey Goose.
Okay.
And that's I had it on a prior mixtape and kind of had it buzzing the original version. But you know what I'm saying? He came through and he had heard it because
he ain't took that shit out the car though.
Exactly. And so, you know what I'm saying? He knocked out the verse to Grey Goose in the storage. And another funny story to that is like 80% of the people in the studio, because it was packed in the studio that night, was like, man, what is he talking about?
No bullshit. But no, hey, let me vouch for that. No bullshit. You know we fucks with you and we fucks with Grey Goose. When we heard this other version where this nigga said Grey Goose, cranberry, and a pineapple, and I busted shit like a pine. I said, man, I don't know who this nigga is.
It was different for me.
I didn't know who he was.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like time is one of the things. Timing thing. Leaving out the studio, niggas was like, man, how you let dude mess your song up? And I'm like, we were feeling it, cause like I left Atlanta with some of his mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my guys had got hip to his music and was rocking with it. So I understood the way his style of rap,
his cadence, the way he was going.
I'm like, man, I'm telling you, he got it on lockdown now. This gonna go. And niggas like, nah, bro, you finna let dude mess your song.
And then was Cashville niggas telling you that, right? Shout out to Cashville niggas, because I was not feeling that shit, bro.
Within 3 months, now fast forward, there's some boys in the hood selling.
Yeah.
That's G's first shit, ain't it?
I put Grey Goose on the radio, and that song went on the radio about the same time. By the time that get to circulating, then I think Trap or Die might have came out by January. But like I said, within 3 months, it was like, oh, this a hit. Like the same niggas was like, man, he killed that shit. Wait, you said that wasn't nothing.
Because I ain't gonna lie, listen, man. I wasn't introduced to Jeezy. I was only introduced to Jeezy through you.
Me too.
Like when I heard Young Jeezy on Grey Goose, I didn't know who he was.
Me neither.
Look, like, listen, bro, I didn't have his face. I didn't know nothing. I just heard the song, and instantly it was kind of different because I'm like, why he rapping like that? But he was. I'm like, he making sense though, because I listen to rappers now like that. I'm like, what's Boss Man D-Lo rap? But then I'm listening like, damn, okay, that nigga ripping. And just that NASCARs, just
I didn't have my own style.
Exactly, because in this day and age, and when I was growing up, hip hop, a lot of people had. When I was growing up, hip hop was different. You might rap different.
Facts.
I write like Busta Rhymes, Jay-Z, Eminem. These three artists, Ludacris. We can name plenty of different rappers that had characters as they.
Nelly.
You see what I'm saying? And we still bump them. Nowadays, it's the trend. It's the mumble rap. Whatever that you're rapping and how you look. Look, I'm looking at how you look. I'm going to look like that. I'm looking at how you rap, and that was different. Because we never knew who Jeezy was, but we knew who you was. So we gave Jeezy an opportunity because of you. I'm just saying from up here, from our point of view.
But you know, that was the thing about that record, like, because one thing I knew by then is like he had the streets down there.
I saw it
with my own eyes. So it was like I tuned all that out. Like, man, hey, watch this.
This is a good look. This is a good look for me.
The same way, then that record had Yo Gotti on it. He ended up putting a verse on it.
Yeah.
At that time, we were three artists from three different places that was right kind of at the same level. Like, everybody knows us where we from. But we kind of at the cusp of breaking through elsewhere. Like, Yo Gotti actually probably was in the lead in that. Like, he was somebody in Nashville. He was coming to Nashville and doing shows already.
He was in the lead. He was in the lead.
So you won't Trap or Die?
Yeah, that song.
I was like, Grey Goose on Trap or Die. Number 11, number 17.
I didn't know that. I forgot about that. I probably knew it back in the day, but I
So it was, that's what I'm saying. The timeline about it is like, we didn't do a deal, because I was telling them, you know what I'm saying, like, I got this Cash Money trying to kind of get in the mix now. I actually got a call from Def Jam somewhere in the mix of all that. Then it was like Def Jam wanted to buy my song, and that was some in-between stuff. Hey, I mean, but however all of it played out, like, I didn't do the deal over there. We did the record. They ended up reaching out like, hey, can we put it on Trap or Die? You know what I'm saying? I probably had it on like 20 radio stations, working there regionally, trying to make it work.
Yeah.
We put it on. We put it on Trap or Die. It went even farther. That was, you know what I'm saying, that was a blessing, and did a lot for me in terms of presence and all like that. But then I closed the deal around the same time with Cash Money, And we didn't ever get that verse cleared. You know what I'm saying? It's back to the business of it. It's like hindsight. We probably should have got the verse clear when we did it in the storage that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Verse clear, but your verse, Jeezy verse?
The features.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, I never asked nobody to get on that song. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm coming to Nashville. Let's get in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Even this is time. I'm sorry, I ain't even stop you, but I'm trying to catch up. So even when the Grey Goose song is already on Trap or Die, this is when you when no paperwork, and they was like, he can't get released.
You know, that was a mixtape. That was the DJ Drama project.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, simultaneously, I'm closing the deal. I probably closed the deal with Universal Motown or Cash Money around the same time Trap or Die is dropping. So now it's like, I've turned in 15 songs to Cash Money by this time. We damn near got an album worth of music. Like I said, I'm just making music. And but we can't really push the button on this song with Universal because this verse not clear. Now, another part that's hindsight to me is like the amount of money they were asking for to clear the song. If I could do it all over, we just paid them with a smile and kept it pushing. But I think that's where like pride, ego,
like I ain't
kind of over like gets in the way of the business. Cause I guess I felt like, man, you want to work with me, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, damn,
Like
nah,
I
it's
asked you.
like doubling back and maybe because I like, if I was in that same situation, I wouldn't charge you. So maybe I took exception to paying for it, but like as I grow in business, I'm like, it was worth something. So I should have just paid what it was worth.
Was somebody else reaching out, or was they reaching out to you? Like, we ain't got a name drop. Was like the company reaching out, or did the artist reach out and be like, yeah, bro, I can clear it if you pay me this?
I mean, it was the
middleman.
It was the people doing the business.
Yeah, it's middleman in by
I mean,
that.
by the time, like we did a bunch of shows together during that time, and we probably ain't really too much held conversation. But like I said, just being young, some of us being young, being ignorant, being prideful, and otherwise, like whoever was talking to whoever, I had a budget. You know what I'm saying? I was in the industry. I was a signed artist on a major. Like, that's what your budget is for. Is to move the pieces and make things happen. But it was like, and it wasn't just me, because it was other people like kind of with a hand in on the budget, on the, you know. And at that time, it sounded like the craziest thing or the worst idea in the world. Looking back, I'm like, well, could have just paid and just went on and moved forward and whatever we was gonna do next.
Because you got momentum going right during this time right here.
Yeah. And that's just one of the things that happened how it happened. And but like we was talking about like offers and deals and all this was happening in a 6 month time.
So shit
Like,
fast.
So it was a lot going on just
bro,
day
dropping
in and day
your
out.
shit in November. And then
03.
of 03, and you telling me by August
of
04, now it's conversation with different labels.
Yeah,
it's
and by
momentum.
January 05, deals is closed. And
You
things
want cash money.
Hell yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
What happened
I'm on
tomorrow?
You want cash money.
I
All
remember
right.
seeing you by
Yeah,
man, we
he
was
was
just
in
we
the
had
video.
this
He was in
video
the
about the
video.
Phantom.
Yeah.
You won't never get this shit, bro.
Why he laughing?
Why he
laughing at
No, this
that?
is momentum.
Man,
This is shit buzz.
like I said, it go from a dream to reality on one level, and then it's also like what's worth what to you, because all that's happening, and it was like, damn, this is happening, but it's also like, are you gonna just be happy to be here, or are you gonna keep doing what you did
that's a good one.
that got you here to
'Cause you
take
can
you
stop.
to the next level?
Some people stop.
Not because part of that advice I was getting was like, man, slow down, put on all this free music, because we hustling the music now. And I understand it as advice.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, I'm like, hell, putting out this music is what got me on y'all radar. It's what got
Exactly.
me.
Exactly.
It's what got us
It's
to having
working.
a conversation.
Yeah, it's
so
working.
it's like, you know, I'm like, I think things happen in perfect order and things happen how they were supposed to happen. But if I could have undone things and done them any different, it would have been like, let's just figure out how to pump this independent and build the value. Let's do
Most
what
definitely.
the Houston artists have been doing and
Yes.
just get our music in the marketplace and try to sell it. And that way, when y'all want to come and partner up, I can demand them bigger numbers.
You have a bigger
I
leverage,
have it
right?
on paper that I've already, you know what I'm saying? I got a hard ticket value here. I sell this many units, so that project y'all want cost this much, or I'm gonna be the only one to sign off on this because I know it can already make this. Like, I was so new, so fresh, and
it was fast. Like, listen, when you keep saying it, because I'm listening to you. This shit is happening fast, and you on the road too.
Yeah, I'm
as
moving
this
around.
shit going on. Dang,
that was maybe the other side of it was like being like a tug of war between where I came from and where I was going.
Gotcha.
Because you know, I could have got away, moved away, and just 100% committed to the task, the goal at hand. But it was as much as it was like, man, you the one.
Yeah.
You the hometown hero. I still wanted to be visible.
You was,
I wanted
though.
to be present, and that's a hindrance too.
hell yeah, because your name was in a lot of shit. But and I'm just on the outside looking in. Your name was in a lot of shit, but most definitely you somebody that the artist, because at this time it was only two for me.
Yeah.
It was Young Buck, Starlito. That's it, right? You know what I'm saying? That I'm able to know that hip hop is not fake.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at hip hop only through TV.
Yeah, you always say that.
I tell everybody that, like,
you
bro.
said nobody was like really tangible.
Yeah, nobody I
yeah.
ever seen, even when the Cool Daddy Fresh, the Pistols, these guys, I'm not going to say they wasn't tangible, but for me, from East Nashville, I didn't get to see them a lot, right?
Yeah.
But watching, and I didn't get, I was on the box to watch them.
Yeah.
But when you seeing Rap City, when now I'm a hot boy, I think. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching you. I'm watching you. You know what I'm saying? Because my brother and them Easy. So my brother and them more excited that Pistol is communicating with Easy.
Right.
I'm excited for you because you and not even
It's more of
50
our
Cent.
demographic.
We didn't know who 50 Cent was.
It's more of our demographic.
We know.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so it was just
demographic.
more like that. That's why I always say that, you know, it wasn't in my face. But when you made it in our face, like you made that shit in our face.
Thanks for listening to part 1. Part 2 of this discussion will be coming really soon. And don't forget to like, rate, and review. And please share this podcast with your friends and family. Thanks.